DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Right now I'm going to go over how to ice your knees, because I talk about this often. A lot of players, especially you young guys, when you're growing up in your teens and like early 20s maybe, you go through growth spurts, especially if you want to be a tall player, like over 6 feet, and you play in a sport that you're running and jumping a lot. So there's a lot of pressure, a lot of force coming down on the knee joint. And if you watch older players, usually players stop playing basketball when their knees go. When they just can't take the pain in their knees no more, their knees just can't do it. Basketball is very, very rough on the knees. And some players have to stop playing really early because of pain in the knees. So one of the best things you can do for your knees is to ice them after every time you work out, every time you play ball, every game, every practice, etc., anytime that you can. So I'm going to show you how I ice my knees, some techniques I use, and what could work for you, and where you can get all this stuff, because it's all very cheap, very easy to get. Anybody can do it. All right. First thing I want to show you, simple bag of ice. This is a Ziploc, Smart Zip plastic bag. I like to use the bags that zip, so the ice, because once it starts melting, the water will seep out and it gets all messy. The zip bags are easier to use because they won't let the water get out. You get these from any grocery store, Target, supermarket, whatever, CVS, Walgreens, convenience store. I got it filled up with cubed ice. Now, if you got a refrigerator that got the ice dispenser, you know you can choose between cubed ice and shredded ice. I prefer shredded ice when I use the ice dispenser because it packs around the joint better. It's not all hard and like fitting all awkwardly. The packed ice kind of fits like a glove around your knee, if you know what I'm saying, if you use the shredded ice. But I put cubed ice in here because most places you might only have cubed ice. Like if you got a refrigerator that doesn't have a dispenser, you just got to get it out the, you know, the ice mold things that you got, the little plastic ice mold or the bucket of ice. Or if you play on a basketball team that has a trainer, they keep a cooler full of ice, but it's this kind of ice. It's cubed regular ice. So all you do is put the ice in the bag, certain amount, zip the bag up, get the air out of the bag so there's no air bubbles in there. Put the ice around your knee. Make sure you get it over the top of the knee, the middle part of the knee, and below the knee. So you want to get the ice going everywhere from here to up here. So not just on the knee cap right here, but you want to get it down here, because this area down here is the patellar tendon. This is where the jumper's knee actually takes place, is that little knot right below the knee. So make sure you cover that area also. So now what I got here is an Ace bandage. This is like a, I don't know how long it is, 3 or 4 feet bandage. This is not tape. This is a cloth bandage. It's made out of like cotton or something like that. But it's a cloth bandage. You can get this from any convenience store. Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, anything like this. This costs like $3. Okay? It's reusable. All you do is it comes rolled up like this. So you put it around the ice bag and you're going to wrap it. Get it all the way around. Still going to be a little bit of air in the ice bag. It ain't going to be perfect. Make sure you get it all the way around and secure it around your knee. Now the good thing about the zip bag is that if some air bubble is still in there, you can open it a little bit, let that extra air out, and then make sure you zip it back so the water don't get all over the place. Get it in there, and then this last little part, leave a little bit so you can tuck it in. So now it's right there, it's staying right there on your knee. So that's how you wrap it with ice, with the Ace bandage. Bandage, like I said, is like $3. Ice, I mean, everybody got ice. You got a refrigerator, you got ice. You get it from a restaurant. Plastic bags, you can get a box of these for like $5, $6. You probably got them. I mean, if you live with your parents, your mom or your dad, your aunt, uncle, grandmother, they got plastic bags, so just grab one. So that's how you wrap your knee with some ice. Now, when you're done with it, you're going to take this bandage off. And this part is important too, so pay attention, because after you had this bandage on for, say, whatever amount of time, there's going to be some water because the ice is going to start to melt. You need to rewrap this bandage, but you don't immediately rewrap it, because it's just like if you use a towel. You know the towels you got in your bathroom when you take a shower or a bath. If you just ball that towel up and pack it all together and put it away while it's wet, what's going to happen? It's going to get all moldy and musky and nasty. You got to air the towel out. That's why after you use a towel at the swimming pool or in the shower, you hang it up so that it can air out and get all the moisture that it just collected off of your body, it can release off of there so it doesn't get all moldy and nasty, and that way you can use the towel over and over again for whatever number of times. So you want to hang this up after you're done with it. Hang it over the edge of a chair, hang it up on the wall, do whatever you got to do to just let it air out like this for a little while until it gets dry. After it's dry, you got to roll it back up. So put it around your fingers and roll it up like so until you got it back the way that it came, all the way around your fingers. It don't have to be tight. Just get it around. You don't want it too tight because you still got to get it off in your hand. Once you get it rolled back up, now it's right back how it was when you started. And keep this put away somewhere that's yours so nobody mess with it. Don't let your dog or nothing get to it. Don't lose it outside. Don't be carrying it around where you don't need it. Just put it away somewhere. Now, second option. This is what I actually use when I'm at home. This is what I use on my knees. This is an Ace large reusable cold compress. Hold it up to the camera so everybody can see what it is. You can get this from any, again, Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, anywhere. Now, anybody in the world that's watching this, if they don't have those stores where you live, you can buy this on Amazon.com. I buy mine off Amazon.com. They're like $9 a piece. Then you pay shipping, which is like $4. It's no more than $15 total to get one of these. I got two of them, one for each knee. What you do with this, you put it in the freezer. Let it freeze for at least, all the instructions are here on the back. Let it freeze for 30 minutes, it says. Let it freeze for 30 minutes. Put it on your knee. This one ain't frozen. I took it out just for demonstration purposes. When it's frozen, you put this on your knee the same way that you do an ice bag, and you wrap it up. And what this cold compress does when you put it in the freezer, it gets cold, and then once you take it out, it stays cold for like 30 to 45 minutes. And that's plenty of time to ice your knee. Wrap it around. It's the same as having a bag of ice, except this is reusable. You can use it over and over again. You don't have to worry about ice melting or getting more ice, or if you don't have any ice at the moment, you don't have to worry about the plastic bags, because after you use a plastic bag like this, because I used to do it with regular ice like this, after you use that same plastic bag so many times, the bag starts to get little small holes in it, because this is just a cheap piece of plastic. Eventually, it's going to wear out. It's not made to be reused over and over again. These are made for one-time use. So this is more efficient, even though you got to make an initial investment of $15 to get it, or $10 if you could buy it physically instead of buying it online. Then when you're done with this, put this back in the freezer. Preferably lay it out flat, because that's the way you're going to use it. You don't want to have it folded up because it'll start to crack on the edges. I've gone through like 4 or 5 of these. Once it goes, you can use this probably for about a month or two. It might start to get little cracks in it, and the material that's on the inside will start to seep out. Then you got to replace it and get another one, but it's worth it. Then what you do is put this back in the freezer, let it freeze for at least 30 minutes. I usually let it go for at least an hour if I need to use it twice back to back. Let it freeze, and then you can use it again. So, the last thing, with icing your knees, how long do you need to ice them for? There's no certain amount of time that is perfect, or any certain amount of time that would be bad for you. You just got to go by feel. So, do it for a certain amount of time and see how it feels to you, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. For me, I usually go anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on how my knees felt before I put the ice on it, what kind of activity I was doing, and how I feel when the ice is on there. While the ice is on there, you'll feel, your knees will tell you, your body will tell you how it feels. Once it starts to burn, you start to feel a little bit of discomfort with having the ice on your knee. Take the ice off, it's fine. But the point is that you want to get the ice on there, period, just to relax the swelling in the veins in the knee. All that blood that's pumping through the knee when you're doing all those exercises and running and jumping, putting all that pressure on the joint, you want to relieve that by using a cold compress or just using regular ice on your knee. So that's that. Now you know how to ice your knees. The most important part of all this is you won't need to ice your knees unless you're out there practicing, playing, and getting better. So just like I say in every video, work on your game. DreAllDay.com. It was a move used mostly by Chris Paul, where you put a spin on the ball in one hand. So you see I go behind the back, little jump stop as I put the ball around my back, and then I go.